Hello everyone. In this presentation, I'll be explaining CPU scheduling, how the operating system decides which process gets to use the CPU and when. This explanation will guide us through key concepts like scheduling types, performance metrics, and the algorithms that shape how tasks are handled. I hope this presentation helps you understand the purpose behind each decision the system makes. Now, let's begin by understanding what CPU scheduling is. CPU scheduling is the process of allocating the CPU to a process for a specific time period. Since the CPU can only handle one process at a time, the operating system must make this decision quickly and wisely. This is especially important when multiple processes are waiting like students raising their hands in class. The OS decides who gets to speak first. To understand how well a scheduling algorithm performs, we use these 5 key metrics. We have CPU utilization, throughput, turnaround time, waiting time, and response time. Now, CPU utilization, it is the percentage of the time that CPU is busy. This tells us how busy the CPU is. A high utilization means the CPU is rarely idle, which is good for performance. The second one is throughput, the number of processes completed per unit time. This is the number of processes completed in a given time. It means more throughput, more work is getting done. The third one is turnaround time. Turnaround time is time taken by a process to complete. This is the total time a process takes from the moment it enters the system to the moment it finishes. Next is waiting time. Waiting time is a time spent by a process waiting in the ready queue. This is how long a process spends waiting in the ready queue before it gets to the CPU. Last one is response time. Response time is it is a time taken by a process to respond to an input. This is how quickly a process starts responding after it's requested, especially important in interactive systems. Before we dive into the algorithms, it's helpful to understand the two main types of scheduling, the preemptive scheduling and non-preemptive scheduling. Preemptive scheduling, it is the operating system can interrupt a running process and assign the CPU to another. This is useful when higher priority process arrives or when we want to ensure fairness. And then, the non-preemptive scheduling, the process must voluntarily yield the CPU or completes its execution. Once a process starts running, it keeps the CPU until it finishes or voluntarily gives it up. This is simpler but can lead to longer wait time for other processes. Choosing between these depends on the system's goals, whether it values simplicity, responsiveness, or fairness. Now, let's proceed to the types of CPU scheduling algorithms, namely first come first serve, shortest job first, priority, and round robin. So, the first one is first come first serve. First come first serve scheduling executes processes in the order they arrive, like lining up at a counter. It's easy to understand, but it can lead to something called the convoy effect, where shorter tasks get stacked behind longer ones. Next algorithm is shortest job first. Shortest job first is a scheduling that executes the process with the shortest execution time. It's efficient because it reduces the average waiting time, but it requires knowing how long each process will take, which isn't always possible. The next algorithm is priority scheduling. In this method, each process is assigned by a priority. The CPU is given to the process with the highest priority. This scheduling can be preemptive or non-preemptive. It is useful when some tasks are more important than others, like on emergency alerts. However, if we're not careful, low priority processes might never get to the CPU. This is called starvation, and it can be solved using a technique called aging, which slowly increases the priority of waiting processes. The last algorithm is round robin. Round-robin scheduling gives each process a fixed time slice called a time quantum. After that time is up, the CPU moves to the next process in the queue. This method is fair and responsive, especially in time-sharing systems like modern operating systems. However, if the time quantum is too short, the system spends too much time switching. If it's too long, it behaves like first come, first serve. And that's all. Thank you. Thank you for watching and listening. I hope this give you a clear understanding about CPU scheduling.